Hello students. Yesterday's class I explained about sexual reproduction in fungi, and today I am going to explain about classification of fungi. Fungi are classified on the basis of the structure of mycelium and their sexual reproduction. Based on these two criteria, the classification of fungus is done. Basically, if you take mycelium, the body of the fungus, it is called as mycelium, which is made up of several filament like structures called as hyphae, and such hyphae it is of two types, as I clearly told you while I'm explaining about the characteristics of kingdom fungi. In that lecture I told you what is the meaning of mycelium, what is the meaning of hyphae, and what are the two types of hyphae. Hyphae are of two types. The first one is septate and also aseptate, which is also called as cenocytic. That means if you take septate hyphae, the cells they consisting of distinct cell walls, so that one cell it is completely separated from another cell. That's why it is called as, that means between two cells you can be able to see a cross wall, then that is called as septate. If the cross walls are absent between the cells and all the cells are fused up, merged up, then that is called as aseptate. For example, let us take our house. Now our house may kitchen will be there, hall will be there, and some bedrooms will be there. Now every room it is separated by a wall. Now imagine hall and kitchen, they two are cells which are separated by the wall. Am I correct or not? Like that, if you take the hyphae, one cell it is separated from another cell by a cross wall, then that is called a septate. Now if I remove the wall between hall and kitchen, then what happens? These two they becomes collapsed. Am I correct? That means there is you can't be able to differentiate between the kitchen and hall, they becomes one. Same as it is like that, if you take aseptate, the cell it won't be distinguished to the other cell, because the cell it don't have the cell wall, their cell wall, their cross walls are absent. That is the reason why the protoplasm of aseptate it completely get fused, and all the nuclei they get fused means, please don't misunderstand, fused in the protoplasm. Nuclei don't get fused, okay? So the nuclei they get freely scattered in the protoplasm, which gives multicellular multinuclear appearance, and this multinuclear appearance it is called as cenocytic. This all points I already explained in the characteristics of fungi. If you forget, there is no problem, again you go back to that and again you see the structure of mycelium, okay? Now sexual reproduction I just yesterday only I told, so I don't want to repeat this again. If you forget the yesterday's class, again you go back to the class, and once you check it then definitely you will understand, okay? Based on these two characteristics, that means structure of mycelium and also sexual reproduction, fungi it is classified into one, Myxomycota. Now Myxomycota it is not there. Why? Myxomycota it includes slime molds. Now this group of fungi it is removed. Right now it is not there under kingdom fungi, it is placed under protista. Please understand, that means this is old classification. That means whatever I am showing, this is all, this is old classification. Now it undergone so many changes. Earlier Myxomycota, I mean slime molds, they are also included under kingdom fungi. Hope you remember what is slime molds. Kingdom protista it consisting of animal like protists and also plant like protists and also fungi like protists. आपको याद है ना? And fungi like protists are called as slime molds. So earlier I am talking about earlier cases. In earlier cases even these fungi like protists, that means slime molds are also included under fungi only. But right now this group is deleted from kingdom fungus and they are placed under kingdom protesta. Please make a note of it. Please don't at all get confused. If you get any confusion, if you have any confusion, please ask me or message me. I definitely answer you. Okay. Now the next group, it is called as Phycomycetes, which is also called as Oomycota, and the third group, it is called as Eumycota, where the Phycomycetes, it again includes two groups. What are they? The first one, it is what? Oomycetes, and the next one is Zygomycetes. Whereas Eumycota, it again includes Deuteromycetes, Ascomycetes, and also Basidiomycetes. And the last group, it is called as Mycophycophyta. Mycophycophyta, it includes lichens that I will explain in a complete separate class. Lichens are the group of the fungi. They are symbiotic fungi. That means they make symbiotic association with algae, and this mycophycophyta, I will take in a complete exclusively separate class I will explain, because there are many details that are present in mycophycophyta. Okay, so this I will explain in an exclusive completely separate video I will explain, where the names are little difficult. That's why I am pronouncing these names once again, so please make a note of it. Kingdom fungi, it includes Phycomycetes. I repeat, Phycomycetes. And Phycomycetes again, it includes Oomycetes. I repeat, Oomycetes. And the second group, it is Zygomycetes. I repeat, Zygomycetes. Whereas Eumycota again, it includes Deuteromycetes. Deuteromycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and also Mycophycophyta. This I will explain it complete separate exclusive video I will explain. Okay. Now let us take today's class I will finish this Phycomycetes. Okay. Yes. Let us start the first group, that is called as Phycomycetes. Basically, Phycomycetes, they are considered as lower fungi, and they are mostly aquatic in their habitat. Because they are mostly aquatic in their habitat, they are also called as algal fungi. This is a very important question. You have to remember it. You don't have any choice. You 100% need to remember this. Why Phycomycetes members are also called as algal fungi? Then you should be able to answer, because most of the Phycomycetes members are aquatic. Hope you know what is aquatic. The organisms which lives in water, they are called as aquatic, where the organisms which lives on land, they are called as terrestrial. So aquatic means the organisms which live in water. So most of the Phycomycetes members, they live in water. That means aquatic in their habitat. That's why they are called as algal fungi. One of the very important question. Okay, please don't forget this. Okay, and they also depends upon, they also grow on decaying wood, and they also seen in moist and damp places, and they also survive as obligate parasites on plants. So these are the habitats of Phycomycetes. Now the mycelium, if you take, mycelium means the body of the fungi, it is called as mycelium. So mycelium, if you take, cenocytic and aseptate. What is the meaning aseptate? Just now, maybe 5 minutes back I told you, aseptate matlab the cells, between the cells the cross walls are absent. As cross walls are absent, the complete protoplasm of all the cells, they get mixed up, and many nuclei, they starts like freely floating on the protoplasm. That's why it looks like multinucleated, and that multinucleated mycelium or hyphae, that only are calling it as cenocytic. So these all points I already explained you. So mycelium of the fungi, mycelium of the Phycomycetes fungi, they are aseptate and cenocytic. And if you take the reproduction part, both asexual reproduction and also sexual reproduction that takes place in Phycomycetes. Now, let us take the asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, it takes place by zygospores. Students, you remember na? I made an exclusive lecture on asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. If you forget, no worries. Once again, you check it, then you will definitely understand. Zoospores means these are the spores, they consisting of flagella. With the help of flagella, they can move from one place to another place. Okay. Then motile. What is the meaning of motility? Which have the capacity to move from one place to another place. Then that is called as motile. Okay. Now motile zoospores. That means they can be able to move by themselves. And also the spore production, it includes applanospores. What is the meaning of applanospore? The spores which cannot be able to move by themselves. That means they depends upon some what I call wind or water or birds or some animals, like that they depends upon someone, and then they will transfer from one place to another place. That's why non-motile. So in asexual reproduction mein motile zoospores also and also non-motile applanospores are also produced in a special sac-like structure called as sporangium. Or sometimes some members of Phycomycetes, they also produces conidia. Okay, conidia means, and also sporangiospores means, everything I explained in a very detailed way in the asexual reproduction of fungi. If you forget, please go back and see it, then you can be able to recollect all the points what I explained. Now, the second mode of reproduction is sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction by the production of the similar gametes, which are called as isogamous, or by the production of dissimilar gametes, which is called as anisogamous type of gametes. Okay. Now, again, this Phycomycetes is further classified into Oomycetes and Zygomycetes. Now, let us take one after one. Okay. Yes, this is Oomycetes. Oomycetes, it is commonly called as algal fungi. I am telling you one of the very important question. Mycelium, it is a xenocytic. That means it gives the appearance of multinucleated and also accepted. Now you remember na, just now I told you I am telling you most important question. Yes, here comes the most important question. Oomycetes cell walls are made up of cellulose. This is one of the most important point what you need to remember it. You don't have any choice, you 100% need to remember it. Why we have to remember a point? Itna important case hai ho gaya. This is a very important question. The answer for this question is remaining all the fungi, basically kingdom fungi, it is characterized by the cell wall made up of chitin. So chitinous cell wall is one of the characteristic property of the fungi. But Oomycetes is a group of the fungi. Instead of chitin, their cell wall, it is made up of cellulose, and some glucans are also there, but the main substance, it is nothing but cellulose. That means it is different from remaining all the fungi in having cellulosic cell wall, whereas remaining all the fungi, they consisting of what? Chitinous cell wall. Okay, this is a very important question. And their habitat, that means habitat basically means the place where the organism live, then that is called as habitat. Now they are aquatic. What is the meaning of aquatic? The organisms which live in water, then they are called as aquatic. Or they are also present on decaying wood and also moist and damp places. Basically, if you take fungi, all the members of fungi, they are saprobes. What is the meaning of saprobes? The organisms which depends upon dead and decaying organic matter, then that is called as saprobes. Okay. Now, the asexual reproduction, it takes place by the zoospores, which are produced by the sac-like structure called as a sporangia, and it also takes place by conidia. That means dono. both the types of spores that can be seen in oomycetes members. Whereas the sexual reproduction, if you take planogametic fusion, or it may be by gametangial contact. Planogametic fusion and gametangial contact, I so clearly explained in just yesterday's class. So please go through it if you don't remember. If you remember, that's very, very good. Now, let us take some examples of oomycetes. Yes, these are some examples. All examples we can't be able to read, and to be frank, there is no need to read also. So these are one of the best examples for the members of oomycetes. Let us take the first one, Phytophthora. This Phytophthora, it is a member of oomycetes which causes late blight disease of potato. See, this is late blight disease. So that means the what I call potato tubers which are infected by Phytophthora, and they suffer the symptoms like this. आपको दिख रहा है ना, blight like see patches दिख रहे हैं ना आपको. So this is called as late blight, which is present on potato and which is caused due to Phytophthora. Now, the next example. Hope you understood the first example, Phytophthora. Again, I'm repeating. Phytophthora. It causes late blight disease in fungus. Okay, in potato. I'm really sorry. I used a wrong word. In potato. Okay. Whereas the next example is Phytium, and Phytium, it causes dumping of disease in tobacco and of course some vegetable crops also, but mostly it is seen in odal tobacco. You please try to understand what am I telling. If you take a normal healthy tobacco plant, the tobacco leaves, they are stands erect है ना, but आपको दिख रहे हैं क्लियरली, this इमेज में आपको क्लियरली दिख रहे हैं ना, दिस टोबैको लीव्स दे आर falling on the ground, आपको क्लियरली दिख रहे हैं. So like that, if the tobacco or of course any other vegetable crops, if they got infection of Phytium, then this Phytium it causes dumping of disease of this particular crop. Hope you understood now. Dumping means the leaves which need to stand erect, they fall off on the soil, then that is called as dumping of disease. Hope you understood now. Now I'm taking the another example also. The another example is Sclerospora. Sclerospora, it causes green ear disease of bajra. Okay, green ear disease of bajra. What is the meaning of green disease of bajra? Actually, in the green disease of bajra, I'm sorry, green ear disease of bajra, you can be able to observe one characteristic property. That characteristic property, it is called as phylloidy. What is the meaning of phylloidy? Phylloidy means some of the parts of the flower, they are modified into green leaves. See, this is a flower. Okay, this is actually inflorescence, but inflorescence may, instead of flowers, you can be able to see leaf like structures are formed. आपको दिख रहा है ना, see you follow the arrow marks, this arrow mark you follow, definitely you can be able to understand. Basically either this portion में what should be there, this portion में small flowers must be there, but instead of flowers you can be able to see the leaf like structures, green leaf like structures, then that is called as phylloidy. Phylloidy, again I repeat, parts of the flower are modified into green leaves, then that is called as phylloidy. And this type of symptom that is seen in the disease called as green ear disease, mostly in bajra, whereas this green ear disease, it is caused due to Sclerospora. Hope you understood the third example. Now fourth example, it is albugo candida. Albugo candida, it causes white rust disease in cruciferae family. Hope you know what is cruciferae family, but still I wanted to tell you mustard family. This mustard family, you know na, cauliflower, broccoli, this all what we are eating na. This is cauliflower almost like a week may 1-2 times we eat na, and that cauliflower, it belongs to the crucifer family only. Okay, mustards, what do you call, I don't know, I rye, something like that. Sorry if I told you wrong, I'm extremely sorry, but according to my knowledge it is called as some rye. Okay, and that also it belongs to crucifer family. Okay, and in crucifery members you can be able to see a kind of disease that is called as white rust disease. And this white rust disease, it is caused due to albugo candida. See, दिख रहे हैं ना आपको क्लियरली, आपको white colored patches दिख रहे हैं ना? You are following my arrow mark na? See, these are white colored patches, and this appearance of white colored patches on the leaves or on the complete plant body, and that is called as white rust disease. And especially this white rust disease can be noticed in cruciferae family. Hope you understood. Now the next example also, it is these are all plant examples. Now I'm taking one animal example. What is the animal example? Sporolegnia, it causes Salman disease in fishes. See, this is, you can see na, this fungus. You are following my arrow mark na? See, this is fungus, and fungus on gills, or fungus on the this particular scales of the body, see, fins of the body, like that. This sporolegnia, it grow on the what I call body of the fishes. Then that is called as Salman disease in fishes. Salman means Salman Khan nahi. Okay, the name it is given as Salman, please don't get confused. Okay, now let us take one more group. Today I will stop my lecture with this group, that is zygomycetes. You remember na, otherwise I'll show you, then you will recollect. Phycomycetes, see, this is a phycomycetes which includes two groups. The first one is oomycetes, just now I explained, and the next one is zygomycetes. Now I am going to explain. And today's class I am stopping with phycomycetes, and tomorrow's class I will take eumycetes. Okay. Now the next group of phycomycetes is nothing but zygomycetes, and zygomycetes, it is commonly called as conjugation fungi. Whereas mycelium, if you take cenocytic and aseptate. Okay, whereas cenocytic means I already told you na, the aseptate fungi may between cells cross walls are absent. That is the reason why the protoplasm completely get what I call mixed up, and in the protoplasm many nuclei are present. So multinucleated hyphae, it is called as cenocytic hyphae. If cross walls are absent between the cells, then that is called as aseptate. Now the cell wall, which is made up of cellulose and also chitin. See, देखो धीरे धीरे the fungi characteristics are appearing. Understood? Earlier, if you want, I'll show it also. Oomycetes में mostly it is made up of cellulose. धीरे धीरे the fungi character is coming. What is fungi character? Chitin cell wall is the characteristic property of the fungi. So इधर the fungi character आ गया. That means थोड़ा cellulose and most of the portion chitin, and remaining all the members, their cell walls are made up of chitin. Okay. Now the habitat, if you take the habitat, it includes the members of zygomycetes. They are terrestrial. What is the meaning of terrestrial? Basically the organisms which lives on land, they are called as a terrestrial. We are terrestrial. We are living on land only na? So we are all terrestrial. For example, if you take a fish is aquatic. Why? Because it is living in water. Let us take, if you take a bird, and that bird, it is called as aerial. Why it is called as aerial? Because most of its lifetime it is spending by flying. So flying means obviously in the air. That's why it is called as aerial, not surfaxilla, it is aerial. Okay. Whereas mostly they are seen on breads. Sometimes you will bring bread and you will forget to use it. Then after 1 or 2 days you can be able to see the black color dot like structures. It is a common experience. I think who are listening to the lecture, everyone know this. I think so, they must have seen it on the bread. If you don't use for 1 or 2 days, If you forget it, then you can be able to see some black or like filament like structures you can be able to see, and that is nothing but the members of zygomycetes. One of the very important question: which group of fungi will be considered as bread molds? Then I'm sorry, I made a spelling mistake, I'm really very sorry. Bread molds. Now tell me which group. You can see now, you can see and tell which group they are called as bread molds. Zygomycetes members are called as bread molds. Why they are called as bread molds? Because mostly the members of zygomycetes, they grow on bread. Of course they also grow on fruits, vegetables, rotten vegetables, etc., but mostly they are seen on bread. That's why they are called as bread molds. Very important question, students, you have to remember this question. Okay. Now, asexual reproduction by the production of zoospores by a special sac-like structure called as sporangia, and sexual reproduction, it takes place by gametangial copulation and also by the production of isogametes. Okay, whereas this all I explained in the last class. Now let us take the examples of zygomycetes. Now, the examples of zygomycetes, the first one, it is called as Pylobolus. Again, I repeat, Pylobolus. Now, the Pylobolus, it is also called as hat thrower or fungal shotgun. Why it is called as a shotgun? ये नाम कैसे आया? Because the sporangium, while it is releasing the spores, you remember na students? If you don't remember also, there is no problem. Once again you read the sporangium what I explained, then you will understand. Sporangium means on the tip of the hyphae they produces a sac like structure, and that is called as sporangium, in which the endogenously formed spores are produced. आपको याद है ना? Now, the sporangium, which is a sac-like structure, while it is releasing the spores, it gives a type of blasting sound, because it is giving a kind of blasting sound. That's why it is called as a fungal shotgun. Hope you understood now. So, Phylobolus, and this Phylobolus, it is called as a fungal shotgun because this sporangium, when it is releasing the spores, it makes a blasting sound. Okay. Now the next example, classic example for zygomycetes, that means zygomycetes are represented by this what I call rhizopus and also mucor. They are famous examples for zygomycetes. That means indirectly I'm telling you something. What is that? मोस्टली एग्जाम में जाइगोमाइसिटिस को ऊपर क्वेश्चंस आएगा by the name of rhizopus and mucor. That is what you need to understand. So mostly if they wanted to ask the questions on zygomycetes, and they will prefer the names called as rhizopus and mucor. And you know what is the speciality of this? Both mucor and also rhizopus, they are bread molds. Why? These, they prefer to grow on the bread. See, आपको दिख रहा है ना? See, this is a bread and this is a bread. On that you can be able to see this is mucor and this is rhizopus. And आपको ऊपर से आपको दिख रहे हैं ना, they look black, है ना? ऊपर से see, this is like this, and on top of it you can be able to see black shade kind of thing. आपको दिख रहे हैं ना? See, this is mycelium, and see on top of it you can be able to see black shade. दिख रहा है ना? That's why they're called as black bread molds. Okay, because the top of the mycelium you can be able to see black colored structures, blackish what I call complexion में रहेगा. That's why they're called as black bread molds. Okay. So this is all about phycomycetes, which is again divided into oomycetes and zygomycetes. I am thinking you understood today's class, but still if you have any confusion, please let me know. I will clarify all your confusions. Thank you so much.